wanted to show y'all this beautiful box of tea again and tell you a little bit about what it is. So it's Magic Hour. I received this as a gift, and it smells really good, and it tastes really good. It came with a Virgo card. I'm not gonna read this entire card, but there are a lot of things on here that I feel like tie into the person that I am. And I know a lot of people have a lot to say about astrology, and it's not something that I let control my life, but I feel like there's a little truth to it. So of course, earth sign is what we're considered. It says BFFs or Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I don't know how true that is. Colors: black, light blue, peach, also black for sure. I wear a lot of black is just easy. Stones to wear: blue sapphire, green jade, flower buttercup. Aesthetic: clean, organized spaces, white walls, calendars, harmonious environments. Yeah, that's definitely me. Essential oils: lavender, jasmine, lemon, fennel, a few of those. I like lavender and jasmine. Yeah, organization and healthy living. Mantra: I dance in the duality of order and evolution in service to sacred structure and divine flow. And that is definitely true. So yeah, this is black tea, which I feel like I need it right now because I'm a little tired, but I have a lot to do. So it's the tea of virtue, wit and meticulous magic, benefits, soothes the nervous system, boosts immunity, increases vitality. Ingredients: organic Kagoshima black tea, organic there's a lot of big words on here. Shizandra berry, organic ashwagandha. I don't think I knew that. Aronia berry, natural cocoa flower extract. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely what I need. And then it came with, I showed you guys the Opal Moon infuser, which was really cute. And then it comes in this nice glass bottle, really nice. So that's what I'm drinking, if you guys were wondering. And I wanted to do something super chill. So we're creating relationships in this season of life. And I think the most important relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. And although I'm very self-aware, I spend a lot of time just learning more about myself and doing all the things. I think it's fun to kind of do like different tests, like personality tests, IQ, whatever, just to get to know yourself a little bit better, I guess, by the standards of these tests that they have out there. So we're gonna be doing a lot of things like this. Of course, I'm not going to take you through all of this. I got this at Barnes & Noble, and it was $5. So if you want to go and grab one, go grab one. But I will share my score with you guys. I pretty much know where I fall. I think it's either like, this is more so about like being introverted or extroverted. And I know there's like an ambivert or something like in between. I don't think that's in here. But I'm curious to see what the test says that I am, because I feel like I have a little bit of both. I lean more to one side, but I'm curious to see how accurate this is. So yeah, it's a self-scoring personality test. It's a lot of questions in here. So yeah, there's no way I'm gonna like just go through this all. But I do want to finish it tonight. This is something that I'm having my alone time, and this is something that I want to complete. So I figured I'd just make a video out of it, you know. Very chill, very light. I also want you guys to get to know me, get to know who you're watching. And this is part of it, understanding my personality, understanding why I do the things that I do. Some of these questions I know are gonna be super boring, but we're gonna get through it. I'm already overthinking and like, yeah. Okay, let's get back to number 2. What do y'all think about about this question. Which, I mean, I know the appropriate answer, but like really thinking, should a doctor put personal feelings aside while determining the treatment of patients, or should feelings be one of his or her main guides? I know what I'm gonna pick. Have you not suffered from diarrhea more than once in the last 2 years? What does that have to do with my personality? Okay, personality factor 3. Use the printed lines in each of the squares as a basis for 15 original drawings of recognizable images. Draw clearly but quickly. Do not bother with details. Make as many different drawings as possible. What? I don't understand what that's asking. Are you an ambitious person? Absolutely. Politicians are generally sincere and do their best for the country. Do you think this is so? Rather than dream of success, do you work hard to achieve it? I am now. Do you feel vengeful if a person hurts you? Tough question. Do you worry about work while on vacation? Unfortunately, yes. Do you compare your performance with that of other colleagues? Nope. When you get into a heated discussion, do you find it difficult to calm down and stop? Do you take shortcuts in order to work fast? No. I probably should though. Do you set your goals too low because you are afraid of failure? Nope, I set them very, very high. If given the chance, would you like to witness an execution? No. Do you prepare thoroughly for tests? Nope, I don't even prepare. Do you enjoy dancing? No, I used to. If somebody sat in front of you and obstructed your view with a hat, would you ask him or her to remove it? No, but I'm gonna be upset, because that happens often. Would you enjoy traveling at 150 miles per hour in a race car? Ooh, I'd be scared, but it'd be fun. Do you prefer English literature over science at school? Yes. Do you stand on an escalator rather than walk on it? Sometimes, but I be trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. Would you feel it best not to respond if a person is rude to you? Yes. See, I want to hear about my story that actually happened today. So I was in Sprouts today getting some stuff for dinner, and I was heading to the checkout. I heard over the intercom them say the person's name, like pretty much calling them to register for, I guess, to open it because they were getting backed up. And so that was the register that I went to. And nobody was there. I was the first one there. And so this is where the cashier is. This is where you put your groceries. I was like at the end. Yeah, I was at the end. So I put my groceries closer to the end instead of closer to the cashier, right? And so I'm placing my groceries on the belt, and then this guy comes around me and he puts his groceries here, closer to the cashier. And I'm confused because I'm like, okay, was he maybe, sometimes you're there and then you go run to get something real quick and you come back to your spot. I'm understanding when it comes to that. But he wasn't there. And he saw me there. And even still, I feel like if that's something that you want to do, you see me putting my groceries on the belt, common courtesy, common sense would tell you to say like, oh, I was already here, or excuse me, or something, right? And so I was kind of shocked that he just did that. So I just kind of looked, and usually I would say something, usually, but I didn't say anything. And then what made it even worse was he had so many groceries that the belt started moving. So of course my groceries started moving closer. We had the divider between, but my groceries started moving. And so he took his hand with the divider and he pushed my groceries back. Like, not even neatly. You didn't even ask like, excuse me, ma'am, do you mind? Nothing. He just took his arm and just slid my groceries back. And it took everything in me not to say anything. I bit my lip. It was like one of those things where it was like, I'm going to choose my battles today. I'm going home to work on content. I'm excited to do that. I don't know what he has going on or where he has to be. So I'm going to just let it go. And, not to say that I let people run over me, because I usually don't. I'm usually very vocal. But today it was like one of those days where it was just like, sometimes you have to be willing to just deal with some stuff and let people be people, because that was different. But that made me think of that, so I had to share that story. But anyways, back to the test. If you were standing in line, would you react if a person went to the front out of turn? That's crazy that this is in here. Is that gonna tell me like about my personality, I guess? Because today was just one of them days. Usually I would. So I'm gonna say yes. All right, y'all, so I finally finished, and I'm gonna share my scores with you. A couple of them I agreed with. The last one I'm kind of like iffy about, but it could be true, and that's okay. There's no shame, because that means that there's room for improvement, there's room for growth. So, personality factor 1, that is like the A or B score. And that's pretty much letting you know if you're more on the introverted side or the extroverted side, which prior to taking this test, I felt like I was kind of in between. So that's pretty much what I scored. I scored 12 points. It's like 12 out of 20. So it says a shade introverted. One step below that would have been average, which would have been kind of in between. So I'm like a step above that, leaning more towards the introverted side, which I figured, which makes sense. 20, if you would have gotten all 20s, if you would have gotten 20 A's, it means you're extremely introverted. If you would have gotten 0 A's, that means you're extremely extroverted. The next one is personality factor 2. And that is pretty much your emotional stability, which was what I was very much interested in. So I scored 20 for A, 20 out of 30. And so that puts me at steady. Okay, that puts me at steady, which once again is just a step above average and a step below balance. So I'm not completely balanced with my emotions, but I am steady for the most part, which I guess that means I know I know how to regulate my emotions at a point. A step above that would be balanced, and then calm, and then unflappable, and then what is that? Imperturbable, imperturbable, and then unshakable would be like, I'm trying to get to unshakable. Really trying to get there. So yeah, that's that. And then I didn't do the picture one, the picture personality. It didn't really resonate with me. So personality factor 4 is strong-mindedness. And it was like 210 questions that I had to answer yes or no to. And I got 111 yeses, which I fell in between 100 and 150, which means my character is sympathetic, caring, but weak-willed. Y'all got me at the weak-willed. But it's okay. It's okay. We're growing and we're learning, and it's okay. If that's where I'm at, that's where I'm at. I guess a step above that would be shy and warm-hearted. And then above that would be a balanced personality, diplomatic. Above that, assertive, managerial. Above that, determined, authoritative. Then strong-willed, confrontational. And then the last one would be very aggressive, inflexible, or bossy, which I'm not trying to be there. I think I would like to fall in between either 250 and 300, which is assertive and managerial, or 300 and 350, which is determined and authoritative. If you score below 50, that means you're very timid and easily dominated, which is no. Over 400 is very aggressive and flexible and bossy, and that's just never been me. I know this is my personality test, but I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys to give you an idea of something you can do to kind of get to know yourself better. And for people to get to know you better, of course, they see it based on how you act in real life. But sometimes putting the questions to the test and asking yourself, like, how would you react in this situation? How are you in these situations? Will kind of give you a little bit more clarity on your personality style or type. So yeah, I encourage everyone to go to Barnes & Noble and pick this up. They have a lot more tests that I'm interested in doing. I think like an emotional IQ and different things. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you are going to take this test. I'd be interested in knowing your scores. Also, if you want to see more videos like this. But yeah, stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video.